Unless there's just some issue on YouTube, maybe. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so it's letting me, it's the other one's working. So I can see myself. Well, yeah, if you're in the old live stream, yeah, because I didn't put up a link in there. All I did was give the phone number. So you'll have to go back to my channel and hey, by the way, everybody, can you hear my guest talking, a female in YouTube? Can you guys hear her? Yeah, let's see. It's probably a 10-second delay. Someone said no. Okay. All right. So they're saying no, they can't hear her. Man, this is going through Zoom. Okay. Yeah, we gotta have them here. So what I could do is take these headphones off, I think, and let my computer speakers pick up your voice essentially, and then my microphone will pick up that, and I think they would hear that. Or let me try one more thing here. Check a setting. Speaker. Let's try this. All right, say something again. Do a test. Okay, guys. Let me know if you can hear that one. Her this time. So you guys can hear her now, not just me. I say no. Nothing from her. Okay, because I'm on. That'll be the mic. I got that right. Select speaker, which I hear you in my earphone, so that should be good. Let me do this one. All right, do another test. Okay, now check, guys, and see if yeah, I'm doing a call in actually. She's on the call in. I'm trying to pipe it through basically. I'm just not sure how much of a delay there is, maybe 10 seconds. Let's see if they respond to that if they heard that one. I don't think I need to change my other one. Device settings. That's the camera. Speaker with that. But yeah, how do they test speaker microphone leave? All right, guys. I think what I'll do is I'm going to take these headphones off, and the laptop essentially is going to have my speakers going, and we'll get some of these people on the phone. So I should be able to. Let's see. I find where the settings are in Blog Talk Radio. Maybe it'll just switch automatically. I'm not sure. But I'm going to turn these off and just stay on the line for a second. All right. Okay, I hear you through my speakers, I believe. Can you still hear me? I can hear the feedback in yours. Where is the stupid settings on this thing? Blog Talk. Where the heck are those Blog Talk settings? Let me, I may have to end the show and start it over real quick.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio.
All right.
Goodbye.
I don't know what the heck's happening, but we'll get it going. Live with Snip, live with Snip, live with Snip. Go right now. Go live. Direct connect. We'll get through this, people. We will get through this together. It's weird. My normal software, I broadcast right to live stream. And
your show is scheduled to start in 37 seconds.
Okay, I see some people calling in. It didn't tell me what mic it was using.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Okay, so I'm going to grab 408 area code. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
All right, guys, can you hear her through my handy dandy microphone? Do like a test. Test 1, 2, 3.
Hello? Yes, 1, 2, 3. Hello?
All right. Yeah, it's a little quiet. You might have to talk a little louder because this weird method we're doing. But all right, so tonight's show, we are basically, I thought, okay, I want to hear, it'll be kind of a fun show, I guess. Your either best or your worst crypto story, or maybe you have both. So what do you have? What do you have for us?
I can give you one of my worst stories.
All right, worst story. Go for it. Try to talk a little louder though.
All right. As far as my worst story is having so much fear. When I first started crypto, it was back in 2016, but I was so scared to get it, and I missed so many opportunities.
Wait a minute. You know what?
I would see.
Hold the phone. I have a better idea. I'll fix this, guys. I'm gonna call in to my own show as the host. So I'm going to put you on mute for a second, and then I'll put my phone on speakerphone, so it'll be way better. All right, so I'll be right back to you in a second. All right, this is how we're going to roll, peeps. Give me a second.
Money. Put your PIN number.
That was my PIN number, bro. Oh, come on. Okay. Oh, how? Okay. I'm gonna have to call in myself as a guest. All right. It's like, no, you've already called in as the host online. So I'll just.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please hold and you will be able to listen to the show.
Okay. Oops. That's not going to work either. Okay. Everybody in Blog Talk, I am going to disconnect it, restart it again, and this time I'm going to call in instead of using the microphone on the computer, and then we'll be good. So everyone's going to get hung up on, and then we'll do it one more time. I don't know why this is so freaking difficult. This is incredible.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please enter your host PIN. When finished, press the pound key. To start your show now, press 1. Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
Okay. Now, let's try it again for the millionth time. Oh my God, what is going on? She's down here. Okay, are you on the phone now?
All right. I am on the phone.
Okay. Now you guys should hear her a lot better. All right, so you say you have a story from 2016, and what was it, a good or bad?
It is bad, but it gets good, I guess. I am one of those who has been afraid to jump into crypto for a very long time, even though I have been following everyone from you, Dick, crypto viewing for years. I even went to Vegas to meet everybody. So I finally had the courage as a single mom to jump in, and but I have missed so many opportunities to make income, to make that, but I have been so scared, even though I'm so excited about what's happening. So now I'm in now, and I'm kind of waiting for that dip to come in, so I can I won't have to work again.
I know, and you know
that's a sad story. That many years to be that afraid. So don't be me.
no, that's not what I mean. So this is simply your best or worst or both. You know, some people are probably going to say, "Oh my God, I got hacked," or "I got," you know, you're just talking about wanting to get in, and you know, there's people who got in and got hacked and then lost it and had to start over again, but they still got in. You know, like, oh, the hell with this, I'm doing. You know, I'm going back in because I know what it is. But so, what was the first year you got in?
All those years, I could have. It was, I would say, 2017, and it was a little bit of money, literally like $100.
Okay.
And I had to test myself, you know, sending and receiving back and forth. And during that time, I would just pull everything out, but then put more back in, and I pull everything out because I would get scared. I'm a single mom, so my income isn't. It's not like I have a lot of extra money, but I have been pulling little by little money, setting it aside every week for crypto. And right now I have a nice little bag, and I'm waiting for the November.
Yeah, I hear you. And every time I want to get back into the market, or I'm like, I think, I want to watch the end of August, we're going to have this. Is it going to happen yet? But it's like, well, the Hunter Biden thing Moodoo talked about, which we have kept private for now, hasn't happened, which leads to Joe Biden leaving. Hasn't happened. I'm going, this is not a positive news story, for markets. So I'm like, when that happens, I think that's when I go, oh, there's my numbers. They finally hit way down. The only question is now, well, do we go way up in October, November first, and then we drop? Because Cliff High's talking about maybe a 90% drop, but by that time we're probably going to be over $100,000 Bitcoin. So we might only be dropping back into the 20s. It's hard to say, but every time I want to get in, I just can't.
So once it hits that 90% drop, do we just before that? I mean, we all get out, and then once it hits 90, is crypto over, or do we all sort of jump back in?
Yeah, no. The goal is to get back in. Yeah, the goal is to always get back in. And imagine selling out of something and then it dropping 90%, and then you just buy all the stuff you had back again, but you have basically a crap ton more of those coins again. So your money's still the same because you sold out into a stable coin, and now you're just sitting there. So the market drops 90%, you still got the same exact value in a stable coin. Now that it drops, you jump back in.
Okay, so here's my woo-woo. Here's my woo-woo for you.
Okay.
I had 3 readings, and I have specifically asked about my income. And I asked, because I lost my job because I wouldn't take the V,
Yeah.
And I've been unemployed since May. But the universe has been so good to me. I'm not for want. I'm not wanting anything. I'm good. But I asked, okay, how does my money look, this year, and how does my money look next year, without telling them I'm in crypto? And they said, oh, your money looks good this year. You look pretty stable. But they're like, holy cow, January, February, March, you have a whole different look in life next year. Like, you're going to have a different life. And I thought, really? Okay. Giggle, she's not giving them too much, but I just wanted to get that read. All 3 of them said the same.
And these are 3 different people?
I'm sorry?
3 different psychics?
Repeat. Yep. 3 different financial psychics. And I just asked how, because I want to know if the money's going to go up. They're like, I see you're stable this year. Stable. I don't see you wanting any money or needing any money. So I feel that I'm going to be pulling money out then. Because one of them said, oh, I see you pulling money out of your investment or something. You're just taking some of it. But then next year, starting in January, your money is just going to skyrocket. Like millions. Like, you have a different, you're going on a different path. So, so maybe now that you've said that, maybe we're thinking that when that 90 hit, that percent hit, maybe I have that opportunity to just slide my money back in there.
Yeah.
And buy in that. So that probably won't happen until the very end. But we're not going to see another run up until the following year. And that's just based on the 3 psychics that I had, financial psychics. So
yeah, and let me just say this, everybody.
That's a happy story.
If this October, November gigantic rise happens and I'm like, okay, yep, I'm selling, I'm taking my money, I'm not selling all my crypto at that moment. If I'm going to trade it, which I will, like, the worst thing I probably would do is say, okay, I'll get rid of half of what I'm sitting on right now, because it's so high, like I could probably live the rest of my life happy anyways. But I don't want to get all the way out of crypto. So I'll keep half. That way, if this thing does drop, say 90%, I now have half of the crypto profits when I sold that I dump back into this, which is still huge if it's dropping anywhere even close to 90%. So you don't want to sell every last bit of it. You don't want to always be out of the market.
No,
you just want to,
I don't.
you got to play it kind of safe.
No, I know that because I've been following you, and you're like, don't do all of it. No, and I don't want to. I only have a certain amount. I'm going to take out what I need to live at least 1 year. Fine.
Yep.
And then we'll pay by cash. And then pay off bills. I don't have a lot of bills. They're asking what coins. So I will say I have a lot of each site. I have XRP. I have some Doge. I've got some poop coins like, Shiba.
Yeah.
But also I have a V-Chain. But my majority of my bag is XRP, Digibyte, and two others that are not as big. Oh, Cardano. I have Cardano too.
Okay.
But my big bag is XRP and Digibyte. So is that, are you picking up that? Or whatever, maybe if that's what they're saying. And I'm planning to buy more, by the way.
I think XRP, out of your bag, XRP, I think, and Digibyte are going to be pretty epic, but I think XRP will be the one quicker, obviously, because I think we're getting ready for this big financial reset crap, and then we're going to probably hear, oh, XRP is taking over Swift all of a sudden. Oh my God, it's just going to, explode. And I remember I had a dream. I posted this in Patreon, but since I'm live on YouTube, I'm not going to mention the number, but I saw XRP over $3 clearly, and not too awfully far past that, but it was $3 over that. And I got that a while back. That was on kind of the last thing I got crypto wise. I think that was maybe given to me. And I've been asking and things and haven't gotten anything. So I'm like, well, they're just not going to tell me right now. So I'm just in my holding pattern where I still think we got one more big drop. It'll probably be on the presidential news, which I've said from the earlier this year. That's what I'm kind of banking on. It'll be a giant black swan event. I mean, we just had Gary Gensler the other day posting on Twitter, oh, look, I'm going to be on Fox Business this morning at 9:30 or whatever. And he's got his legs sticking out to where you can see his socks, and there's a red bear on his sock. And it's like, oh, bear means low market, bull means high market, right? So he's got a bear and it's red. Red means down we go, green means up we go. So it's like, I think he's forecasting, he's telegraphing soon. And I think the Biden event will be our one more chance to get some cheap crypto. And then we go into maybe October, November and rock it up. Now, of course, it could go a little different. Maybe we rock it up in October, November, and nothing happens yet. And then finally the whole shit with Biden happens, at the end of November, for all I know, and then the market pukes on that news. I just know, like, I know this thing's puking, but when? And I just like, every time I want to get back in, it's like something in my gut's like, no, just wait. You're already in. You already got other coins you're sitting on. Don't worry about it. Just wait. I just can't do it. So
yeah, that's why I asked the psychic to pick up on the finances. You see that? Like, do they see money coming in this year? But they're saying that I have stable money this year, but the money that's coming in is absolutely coming in next year.
Mm.
So
that's interesting.
And they're all said it all 3 different times. So this is where I'm just like, okay, I got to make that move.
Gotcha.
Everything. Oh, and by the way, your alligator during Houston, did you see that story?
Yes, I saw it. I was just uploading videos right before I did the live stream. I'm like, look, the alligator, one of them attacked a guy. Like, holy crap. I think he drug him off and killed him. No, they can't even find his body now. But yeah, that's nuts.
So your dreams are legit. So yeah, that's this, so they're like, yes, hold on,
Yep.
This is a joke.
Cool. All right, well, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to take there's a few more people that are in the queue, so I'm going to take another call. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.
Okay, have a good day. Bye.
All right, let's move on to another caller. Oh, I was just about to click on him and they hung up, son, whoever that was. I think it was like 978 or something. Next one is 602 area code. You're on. Hey, who's on? Who do I got?
Yeah, I'm in Arizona also. Yeah, I didn't really have an epic, tragic thing happen, except I wish that I could have cashed in when I was on Coinbase and had a hard time doing it last time. And boy, I tell you, I missed the boat there. But I don't know, maybe I should join that Caleb and Brown, but they're having such a hard time down in Australia right now.
I know.
I'm just kind of leery about doing something like that. Are you with Caleb and Brad, or
I've used them? Yeah, my initial when I paid my house off in January, I used them because like Binance kicked us all off. There was nowhere else to go, and I wasn't about to pay like these swap sites the fees that they wanted. Not to mention, I'm using a swap site that I don't even know who these people are, like for a pretty considerable amount of money to pay my house off. So I'm like, no, I'm going to go with absolutely Caleb and Brown. So I sent my Theta over there. And I said, okay, liquidate it, go for it. So they did. He goes, all right, how do you want the money back? And I'm like, well, actually, I need it in, I think they sent it back in USDC or whatever. And then I sent that over to Coinbase and then liquidated it right on Coinbase. There's no fees involved for USDC on Coinbase. And then I immediately withdrew it straight to my bank account. And then, like, I swear the next day it was there. And I'm thinking, it was a lot of money, I'm going to pay my, at the time, about 3 years of living here. I'm like, I still owe a lot of money on this house.
Oh, yeah.
And are they going to call, or like, is it just, they don't care? Nope, no call, no nothing. Like, it was all done through, the phone and 2-factor and all this stuff. And it came into my bank account. So it works. But yeah, I understand the concern about Australia right now. Are they going to lock funds down? They're going to lock bank. You can't transfer out. Next thing you know, your money's stuck. And, I don't know. I mean, right now I have not heard anybody having any issues at this present time, but I mean, yeah, I'd be a little nervous myself doing anything with Australia right now just because of their situation. But again, if someone got screwed over or locked out or something, I'd be the first person they would be calling. Like, people would be emailing me, Patreon. Oh my God, Joe, I tried to do this on Caleb and Brown, and they're saying they can't transfer it because of blah blah blah. They would tell me. But at the same time, they charge a little fee too. But if you do tell them JSnip4 sent you, I think they drop it by like half of a percent. But if you can get on one of these other exchanges like Mandela, for example, which has the liquidity of Binance, because that's who they use, they still have the same old KYC rules, which is if you don't give them any information besides like your email, and I think maybe your phone, whatever the other thing is, mainly email, like you can withdraw 2 Bitcoin worth of transaction per day of coins. So the fees are 0.1%. With Caleb and Brown, it's somewhere around 3 or 3.5%. So if you're doing a substantial amount of money, I mean, 3% is 3%. That could be 10, 20, 30, $40,000 if you're liquidating, $300,000-$400,000 in crypto. That is just, I love the guys, but it is a fee, and I understand they're doing the work and they deserve their fee. But after I was able to deal with Mandela, I'm like, okay, I don't want to pay the fee anymore. So next time I'll use them. But there hasn't been a next time because I haven't needed to liquidate anything because, all my stuff's paid off now. But yeah, that is an option. And the thing is with Caleb and Brown, for the super, super noob people that are nervous or I don't want to mess up, they're going to give you an address and they're going to say, send us a test amount of whatever the coin is. You do it. They say, okay, we got it. Then you send them the rest. They liquidate it. If you tell them a price, they'll sell it right at the price. Or you can say the price today looks good anywhere around there. Go for it. Sell now. They'll do it. And then they'll but let them know up front, this is the coin I want back in exchange for the selling of it. Now, if it's just cash, they can sell it right to cash and then wire it to your US bank account. But with US bank accounts, you can't see, they were going to initially send me cash through a wire transfer, but I had a credit union and they're like, oh, we can't get the credit union. They have to use an intermediary bank. I'm like, oh my God. He's like, yeah, it's a real pain. He goes, if you had any other normal like bank, it had been okay. And I go, all right. Well, I was like, well, in that case, can you just send me the USDC instead? So they hooked me up and I did that way. Then I sent it to Coinbase, which is an American company, and liquidated. So I kind of learned that with being on a credit union. So anyways.
I experienced that credit union thing myself.
Okay.
But anyway, hey, Joe, one more thing.
Yeah.
Could you put up that Mandela and your what was it
Patreon?
Was it, VPN? Was that Nord?
Yeah, Nord. We use Nord VPN. You can use any VPN for the most part, but we use Nord, and then you can use, when you connect it, you're saying connect from Germany or Spain, and then once you're connected, then go ahead and go to Mandela, sign up. Like anytime you ever go to the website, you already need to be on the VPN. That's kind of the rule of thumb, but you only need to be on it to do your thing on Mandela. Once you're done and you take your coins off there or whatever, then you can disconnect the VPN. I mean, you could leave your coins on there if you're in the middle of a trade, and you're waiting days for the trade to execute. Well, yeah, just close the site down, turn off the VPN, use your computer normally. But when you go back in to check on your stuff, you turn the VPN back on and connect back to Germany or Spain. You don't have to do any KYC with them. You leave it at level 1, which again, I think's email. They might want your phone number, and that's okay. Even if it's an American phone number, it doesn't matter. It's mainly the IP address that's connecting that their system looks at, and it can recognize if it's an American IP. So you just go and sign up for the basic level 1, and you have access to 2 Bitcoin worth of crypto pooling off withdrawing per day. You know, at today's prices, I mean, that's almost $100,000 in a day. So it's like, you know,
Oh, heck yeah.
you know, should be no problem for most people to deal with that. So it's great because you're kind of anonymous at the same time, and you can get your coins that way. You know, do your trades, and it's super cheap for the trade fees.
Okay, so
Yep.
first hook up with the NordVPN and use that as an IP address for the Mandela.
Yeah, Germany or Spain.
That's basically it. Germany or Spain. I got that wrote down.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
That's it.
Yeah, if you could put that up in your thingamajig so I could copy that down.
Yeah, I have
Okay.
old posts. Maybe I'll do a new repost of it because I've got it in there, and it's on Theta. My
Yeah, you did.
Theta.tv videos on there too.
I'd appreciate that, Joe.
Yep.
Sure
All right.
would.
Well, I'm gonna take another call. Take it easy.
You too. Thanks.
All right. Next one. All right, I got caller 801 with a 6 after that. You there? Area code 801. No.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
who's
Sorry.
there?
Sorry. We're here.
What's going on?
Yeah. You're talking about Caleb and Brown, and we've gone through them.
Okay. And it's been smooth, I assume?
And I just had a comment that they have changed, and they do have an intermediary now.
For like credit unions?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because we went through a credit union, and we
Oh.
had a problem with it at first, and I believe it's Wells Fargo now that they go through.
Oh, so they can actually do it without having to make you do it.
Yep.
Cool. Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
So do you have any stories, or were you just wanting to tell me that?
I'm just trying to think of like the Biden going down. Apparently, there's supposed to be something that's supposed to happen. I believe it was something that has to be done through a EO by, I believe it was the 11th of September, 10th or 11th.
And what's that?
It had to do with some EO that Trump established while he was in office that expires. I want to say on the 10th or 11th of September. So if you're not ready to that.
Not anything to do with the election report thing, is it?
No,
Okay.
no. It has to do with something else, and I can't remember it off the top of my head.
Okay.
Hang on for just a second.
Well,
Gotta get my glasses on. I have
knows
it back to me.
in the
Okay.
YouTube chat, maybe they can.
Anyway, but so do you think that when it's obvious that he's out, that's gonna affect crypto?
Say that again.
When it's obvious that he's out, whether, I don't know how he goes away,
Right.
if that's going to affect crypto,
Well, yeah, that's been
in your opinion.
my stance the whole time, that there would be some kind of major political thing, and if certain person's coming back, at the same time, that means the other person has to leave, right? So I'm like, basically that kind of scenario, whether someone's coming back or not, is actually the irrelevant part. The relevant part, in my opinion, would be Biden leaving, and under the circumstances where it's blunder, oh my God, Hunter Biden news, and then I got to go away. Like, this is not, yay, market rallies. Like I cannot see in any way that is a market rally event in my eyes. Now, granted, these
Okay.
guys pull the trigger and do whatever the hell they want with the market. If their plan was to make it go up, oh, no, this is great news. He's leaving and Campbell is taking over. Markets rally. Like, I mean, I guess it could happen, but if I'm them, I always want to get more of something and get richer and richer. So to make something dump first, like, oh, he's stepping down and breaking news, all the markets are crashing. And then, oh, well, Kamala's going to take over and she's picking so-so. Oh, markets rally. So then, boom, they make all this money back after dumping it beforehand. So
Okay.
that's
Gotcha.
how I would play it if I'm them. And so that's kind of where I'm thinking this might go, but it kind of remains to be seen. Now, someone said
Right.
McAfee's countdown ends on 9/17, same day the U.S. Constitution was written, which I actually heard something about that the other day. So they're just posting that now. So that's interesting. And this guy I follow on Twitter a little bit, where he was talking about the number 193, and he goes, the biggest crypto crash we had in 2021 was on the 193rd day, blah, 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 at the time. And they're saying, well, that number's coming back up again. And well, what's 9/13? September 13th. So there's the 913 again, instead of 139 or 193, like he says, just backwards. So they're speculating we may have another adverse market event on or about 9/13. So, it's about 2 weeks from now. But for me, one way, even if I didn't come across that, every time I want to just go, maybe I should just jump fully back in. I got this little trade bag, but I'm like, no, just wait. No, just wait. I can't even help myself. It's like, no, just wait. No, just wait. And I'm like, fine, I'll just freaking wait. So, imagine jumping back in right now, and then it happens like in 2 weeks. Oh my God, we waited 5 months for this stupid thing, and now it happened. And we're already back in. It's like, that's why I tell people, don't get crazy with your trades. Take a trade bag, make your trades. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't matter. We'll catch another trade. It's not a big deal. But to wait this freaking long, I'm like, no, man. I'm going balls to the wall on this one. I'm waiting.
Yeah, and we were grateful to you because we did lick a little bit of ice cream earlier this year when it was up there high, tea, and yeah, we wish we would have done more, but
I know that's
it's all good.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. We all say that. Yeah, I know. Like when Theta was $16, oh, I should have sold some more. Like it'll be back there again. We just do it next time. So, all right, I'm gonna let you go.
Pulled up this order. It says,
go ahead.
wait.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's executive order. It's executive order 13848. It's imposing certain sanctions in the event of foreign interference in a United States election. So it is about the election.
Okay. But yeah, different.
So
than
if you want to research it.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay.
All right, I'll talk to you later. Thanks for the call. Bye.
Okay, bye.
All right, let's go down the line. Oh, we need 520. Next number is 9.
Snippy.
Yeah. Now hold on. We got to play a little jam for a second.
Hello?
Stand by. We got to play a little jam. All right, go ahead. You got a story or just a comment, or what do you got?
Yes, that's a good song, man. Yeah, good story. Took out a loan, bought Bitcoin Cash, got burned, sold it,
what
put
year?
it all in the Digify.
What year time frame? When are we talking? What time frame?
2018.
Okay.
When your original Bitcoin Cash guy was like the guy,
Oh yeah.
the general or someone, I don't know.
The Cobra.
So I put it all on Digibyte. The Cobra, that's right, the Cobra. I put it all in Digi, falls down to 3.5 cents. I throw another 2 G's at it. Then I just wait. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna hold it long term. I believe in long term because I went to my woo guy and he picked XRP and Digibyte as the top 2. So he's like, but just be patient. And I said, all right. So that was it. I just held it forever. It dropped. So that account had $7,000 in it when it was 3.5 cents.
Okay.
Then when it hit half a penny, I was like, oh my God, $900. I'm like, ugh. I threw half a stimulus check at it at half a penny, and I got another like 160,000 coins out of it. And here we are, baby, a 17-cent Digibyte.
Yeah,
It's a good-
yeah, that was like the new
so,
high for it at
thank
the
you,
time.
man. God bless, honestly.
Yeah, but hey, the next
What was that?
the next thing that Woo Dude had said would be he's seeing it hitting 25 cents. Not too far out in the future, but then he thinks there'll be a pullback, and then off to the races again. So that's one that I definitely have some, but I do trade in and out of that. Like I mentioned in the Patreon, I've got a low order for that, but I don't ever get rid of all of them. So I've got a nice stash of Digi too, but I'm waiting for those big numbers too. And I bought that thing since it was under a penny, while it was a penny, playing around 2 pennies. You know, I got that one dream that it was going to go to 2.7 or whatever. Then it did. I'm like, whoa. And I'm like, it's showing me 6.6 now, 6.6. And then finally we hit 6.6. I'm like, son of a bitch. But I just haven't got any kind of dream, nothing about crypto. They have not given me crap lately. Same with Woo Dude. They haven't given him anything. So I think right now the focus is on, you know, the politics, the country, the world, where that stuff's heading. And, you know, if this thing rockets way the hell up in November, December, in October, somewhere around there, man, we got to take profits. But again, I'm not going to sell my whole bag. There's no way.
Hey, it was weird because a long time ago I asked my woo-woo guy about, you know, finding some gold, and I kind of like fell off the wagon about it for like 3 years, and I just had a dream about, it was just like me going down into a grave, getting a necklace, because I remembered my family's from Colombia, and there's all these like burials over there where all the, you know, Mayan people are buried with just like huge plates of gold.
Yeah.
But none of the locals touch it because of the whatever, the Santo stuff, the spiritual stuff. If anyone could go over there and get it and get out of there untouched, it'd probably be you, man.
Maybe, but I always ask for permission, and I'm actually working on something kind of now that I'm not able to tell anybody yet. Related to that kind of stuff, so completely different than my New Mexico stuff,
Right.
and it ties into that same kind of stuff with like Aztecs and all that good stuff. But I'm hoping that ends up turning out well, but I can't give an update on that yet. But yeah, but I do ask for dreams, and I got recently 2 dreams because I'm asking about this thing specifically, and I get this one dream, and they show me the flooding, the stuff, and you know this hurricane was about to do like just a few days ago, before the hurricane hit, and I'm going, wow.
I'm working the hurricane right now. I'm working the hurricane right now. I'm taking a semi truck over there with relief package stuff. I'm delivering on Friday.
Yeah, I saw some of the drone footage, man. Whoa.
Yeah, badass.
It's crazy, but yeah, good for
really?
good for you for helping out.
Gotta take my boots, man.
All right, well, I appreciate the call.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. Big fan. Been around for years. Cobra.
That's it, baby. Take care. All right, what do we got here? Area code 31462. Is that you? I hear you. I hear some feedback.
Hey, Jay Snap.
What's happening?
Jay Snap.
Yeah.
What's happening, buddy? I can't believe I'm talking to you. Dude, I love you.
Hey, I can't believe I'm talking to you, man.
I've been following you dude, I've been following you forever. And I want to say this to all the people listening, and I'm sure you know this and you're aware, bro. But all this prediction and all this timeline thing and the whole remote viewing thing and the Michelle White Dove thing and Ian, I know you and your family, bro, from just watching and listening to you. But this is what I think people need to hear, bro, and this is why I called in. I've been waiting to talk to you. But the timeline for these manifestations change
because of people's thoughts and prayers. So when a forecast is being made, whether it's by a dream of yours or even Michelle White Dove's greatest psychic on the planet or Dick Algeier or anybody else, what changes the timeline is the collective consciousness of the entire world's thoughts and prayers. That's why you cannot pin it down. People need to hear this because it's like, oh, you screwed up on this. No. Because our thoughts create the future. It's not just right now. I just wanted to throw that out there, bro. And I wish you would reiterate that in your broadcast.
Yeah.
Because people forget that. And it's the truth, brother, because we all have our own realities to live. And whatever your karma is, or whatever your fate is, let's say even talking cryptos. Oh, dude, I got the wrong one. Or I sold at the wrong time, or I bought at the right time. Maybe that's karma, fate, and destiny, dude. Do you see what I'm saying, bro?
That's right. Everything happens for a reason.
Maybe you lost out. I don't want to interrupt you. Does that make sense, bro?
Yeah.
Because maybe it's not your time. Because I'll tell you what, and I'm on board with exactly what your broadcast is going on with tonight. The actual, the point of it is like, dude, I sold one whole Bitcoin for Theta through Caleb and Brown. At Michelle White Dove's behest.
Yep.
But I'm underwater on it, bro. I'm underwater.
For now.
But
Yeah,
you know
for
what?
now,
I'm
right?
fine.
Yep.
And I did the same thing with another, a half a Bitcoin with persistence. And I'm underwater on that. But I'm fine, bro. Because the timeline. It's the timeline. I don't freak out about the timeline.
Yeah.
Because the future will change again. Just to reiterate to all your friends and fans and all the people I love that follow you and you, Joe, and your family and Richard and everybody. The future changes because of our thoughts and prayers, bro. Please reiterate that, Joe.
Yeah.
Is that true or
That's
am I
true.
off base?
Yeah, no, that's true. We make our reality based on what we think and what we want.
The collective reality.
That's right.
That's really and it's nothing more than what I wanted to say to you. But I'm so glad just to hear your voice one-on-one, bro.
Cool.
I've followed you for years, and I'll tell you, getting back to the original inception of me following you is it's the silver thing, dude. This is pre.
Yeah, you're an OG. You're an OG if you mention silver. That's how you found me. You're an OG.
Dude, because dude, you cryptos were not even on the radar other than through Cliff High's web reports, which I was a subscriber of.
Yep.
And dude, and I'm held strong. I'll be honest with you. And you never ever. You said to your friends and your fans and your family, which is what we are. What you said is, if you gave people the option, if you want to sell your silver for cryptos, that's your business.
Yep.
And I always and I commented it on in the remarks section of several of your videos is that no one even within this chat would ever even own a single crypto if it wasn't for you, bro. And just hats off. I know I've been babbling, bro, but just thank you, Joe. Thank you so much, dude. Because so many people are in so much of a better situation.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, bro, I have sold some silver, but you know what? I still got a fat stack, and I'm way better off that I diversed into crypto than if I would have just kept putting it into that silver.
Right.
I wouldn't have done that though, bro, if I wouldn't have listened to you. And I'm babbling, and I'll let you go. But
All right,
thank
cool.
you, Joe.
Thanks for the call.
Thank you, Joe.
See ya.
All right. Bye.
All right. before we move on, we need another little break jam.
I have a crypto showing a 10% loss.
Let's go to the next one. All right, next caller 248 with a 6. I'm hearing feedback.
I've got absolutely nothing to gain.
Got the feedback going, bro.
Making these videos and putting myself out there, putting myself out there. And just like many of you, I've got a mortgage, right? And who knows? Just by putting myself out there, I could lose my job.
Let's try him again. You must not be at the phone. 248 area code 6.
Hello?
You there? You there?
Hello?
I'm here if you're here.
Hello?
You there? Mira, ¿qué
Can you hear
pasa?
me?
Yeah,
How you doing, Joe?
good. How's it going?
Good. You know, I've listened to you for probably, I don't know, it seems like almost 10 years, but it's been out there a long time. But I just have to commend you for your continuous fight. I'm a little older than you, but I've watched you progress on your show, and I'm glad to sign up to your Patreon and feel a little bit more connected, because when you got kicked off of YouTube, you know, you went quiet for a while, and I was like, what happened to the guy?
Yeah, and I don't get to tell people, hey, I'm
actually
gone.
doing
I'm just
that.
gone.
Yeah, and I've had a couple of readings with Richard and Wu, and he told me once, he's like, yeah, don't you know why he's gone? I said, no, he's gotten too many strikes. So anyway, I do want to commend you for the cryptos and continuing to battle politics.
Yeah.
And I watch that, and I appreciate you for all of it.
Cool.
But I guess my biggest one of my blunders was back in the day when we got into Pillar.
Yep.
I threw some good money. I threw some good money at that, and when it jumped up to like almost $2 or $1.50, I hung in there, and then all of a sudden it went back down to nothing. And so licking the ice cream, that's my experience.
Yeah, lesson
because I had
learned,
like
right?
50 grand sitting there when it was
Yep.
at its high, and I didn't really understand it. I was thinking it might go up to $4 or something, but
Well, it was on its way, but of course,
everybody's real.
yeah, the whole market dumped out on everybody, so now we had to wait 3 years. But even though other things have kind of, pretty much recovered and some have gone to new highs, for whatever reason, Pillar's still like blah, and they've actually made a pretty good wallet. They got a decent wallet, like they're still doing updates, but for whatever reason, this Pillar is just not doing anything. It's very strange. There's other coins that have done nothing.
It seems like the sense. Go ahead.
I would say there's other coins that have kind of not really made anything. I mean, just as much as have nothing bad against Litecoin, but what the hell has Litecoin done in the meantime? Pillar created their wallet. They've been doing updates to this thing, some pretty cool updates actually, and it's just nothing. And there's other coins that have nothing done to them, and they're doing quite well, some of them, so it's just, I guess, one of those things you don't know. Did I get dropped? Are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah, I think one of the issues for them was that they never got on a good exchange, so it's like
I don't know if that's management or if they just couldn't sell it well enough to somebody to take them on or what.
Right. Yeah, and I don't have the answer
Kind of a
either.
bummer.
Yeah, unfortunately. But we live and we learn, and we get
Yeah,
other
we do.
cryptos, and we ride those up. And those you only need one to go crazy. You know what I mean? You only need one.
Hey, I had a problem, just so I don't know if other callers, I took some XRP and put it back into Coinbase. And from Coinbase Pro to Coinbase, I moved some coin from Coinbase to Coinbase Pro, and it won't let me now put it back. And I don't know what's going on with that, but I know it's kind of interesting. It won't let me transfer out of Pro anymore.
Yeah.
And I have most of it sitting there in Coinbase Pro.
Yeah, you'd have to create a ticket, I think, with them.
Yeah. So I'm a little leery of transferring any more that are outside of Coinbase into it till it's all gets cleared up at the SEC and hopefully in our favor. But I just wanted, any other callers to be aware of it, that I had an issue in it and they froze it. So it's kind of weird. It shows that it's in there, but it won't let me move it out of into a wallet or transfer. So
Okay.
But anyway, keep up the good fight. Thank
All right.
you.
Thanks for the call. See ya. All right, moving on down the line, son. It's like I'm taking one step forward, two steps back, because the line gets a little shorter, then 2 or 3 more people show up. 818-93. You are on with Snip.
Snipper.
What's up?
Hi.
You want to be with winners?
Happy to hear you.
I want to be with winners.
Yeah. Be with winners. It's a nice way for you to get to know your Patreon.
Yeah, I was like, I signed up the damn Blog Talk again. I think I did a 2 or 3 year thing just to get a little discount. And I'm like, man, I wanted to do this like once a month at least, and I'm like, I think I skipped a whole month and didn't do it last month. And I'm like, I need to, it's the last day of the month. I'm like, what the hell? I've got time tonight. Let's do it. Have some calls, have a little fun, hear some stories, whatever, and call it a night. So what's going on? You got any stories,
really
or you just want to chit chat for a bit, or what?
I got stories. I got a blunder, a crypto blunder.
Okay.
And I got good stuff.
Let's hear the blunder first.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let's go for
Yeah,
it.
so we can talk about the good stuff.
Yeah,
The frequency.
always makes it better. Yeah.
Well, the blunder was. Now I'm really embarrassed because I'm a computer guy like you. I started in '84, so
Okay.
I was a mechanic before that. And
So was I. I was an auto mechanic, and then I got into computers.
Yeah, and I loved it, and so I've been doing it ever since the '80s. But so anyway, I didn't think of myself as being stupid because I was trading before.
Yeah.
I knew about all the seed phrases and all that, and the wallet Exodus was they were starting a stock, like a coin, and they wanted your KYC, and I sent it in, and it wasn't enough, and so I sent them something else, and they wanted more, and then send the email here, they send it back, and it was blah blah blah. It was going back and forth like that, and it was the day of the Super Bowl, and I was feeling a little weird, kind of like that spooky stuff they had on the Super Bowl was really strange, and I said, oh, I got this email. Oh, good, they're gonna accept it. I'm done, and all we need is your seed phrase, and I wasn't even thinking. I sent it to him.
Oh.
So I know I got tripped. I never thought I'd get tripped.
Oh yeah, I know.
Smart for it.
It can happen to the best of us. I'll tell you a quick story of mine real fast of a screw up I did, and this this was in 2017. It was when we were using my Ether wallet to do like the ICO stuff, and
I was using that.
And I went on there, and there was one of these that was gonna this is around that period of time when any of these coins like ICO starts, you had to basically get in there within like 10 seconds and do it, or else you they sold out and it was over. And so I'm like, all right, I'm going in, we're gonna do this one. So I'm sitting there, and I was at work at the time, but they let me do stuff like that at work at the time. They didn't care. So I'm like at my desk. I'm like, okay, got my stuff ready, got my ether over here. Yep. Okay. And somehow, I don't know how the hell I copied the donation address of my ether wallet at the bottom of their screen instead of the contract address that I'm supposed to send my ether to get these coins. So I swear to God, it was, I won't say the amount, but it was thousands of dollars. And I send it and I'm like, what? Wait a minute. I'm looking now I'm double checking, because I want to make sure. And I go, oh my God, holy shit, I sent it to the donation address of my ether wallet. I was like, I just gave them thousands of dollars, but I still had more ETH on my other wallet. So I'm like, I want this damn ICO. So I ended up sending my other ETH to myself and then sending that in. And I still was able to make the deadline and get some of the coins. But then I'm like trying to contact them going, hey, I made a mistake. I'm like, but you can keep a bit, this much for your troubles. And it was that lady who split off and started her own thing, mycrypto.com. And she was like, oh, no problem. We'll send it all back. I'm like, well, just keep a little bit, for your troubles, so they did. But I got it back. But I was like sweating bullets. I was going to lunch with Frank and I'm telling him what I just did. And I think I had some of his money. Like he was like, I want some, so I put it. I'm like, oh my God, like I'm gonna have to lose my money. Plus I got to put in what he gave me, out of my own stash. I'm like, oh my God, I just really screwed up. How did I do that? Like of all people. But I got the email the next day. And they're like, yeah, we'll take care of it. So I was like, oh, but I was feeling that sick to my stomach feeling that you get. So anyways, I did it too in a sense. I've screwed up. But go ahead with some of your better stories.
Okay, so better stories was I used to hang with Cliff like I hang with you now. In the early 2000s, I traded. I was working for a computer company, and it was getting old, and so I started day trading. I was doing pretty good, and then 9/11 happened.
Oh God.
And yeah, and luckily I didn't lose any money on that. I was out of it because being a trader really kind of teaches you to live in the future as much as you can, so you know what's coming.
Yep.
And I know that's what you're doing too. That's why Woo Dude and Cliff and then after I made a bunch of money, and then it kind of went away with stop losses and this and that, and it cost a lot of money to trade. I was doing it on Ameritrade and taxes, and I looked at it, I said, oh, shit, I gotta go back to work. So anyway, I went back into computers. I was living in Southern California at the time, and made money working. So you kind of forget about trading. But I started a kind of a deal like you're doing now. It was all in writing. It was a web page called Wall Street Upticks. And I was typing that stuff, and then I was kind of doing this kind of the same thing you're doing, and I was getting tired of it. People were sending me money. That was all right, but it wasn't enough. And I started reading George Year's website.
Yep. Oh, Cliff's old pal back in the day.
Cliff first started going through. Yeah. And I thought, well, shit, he's writing about all the same thing I'm writing about. Might as well just read him and skip the work,
Yes.
And so, because what you do is a lot of work. I know you're putting time into, when you do a show, you're sending yourself information, and well, back then it wasn't videos
that I've gathered all day.
Even with videos, you're showing screenshots and all that stuff. So I know what you're doing. But anyway, I started listening to when Cliff split off with George. Was kind of hung with the stock market guy and left with Cliff. But then I was listening to Cliff when he get on with Alex Merklinger on Mysteries of the Mind. Remember that?
I don't remember that one.
No?
No.
Ask Cliff about Mysteries of the Mind.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a good show. And Cliff would be a guest. That was before he even let on his last name. And Cliff was keeping it pretty close to the vest at that time. But I just started hanging with you after I was losing interest in the stock market, and then I was moving from Southern California to the Midwest, and I wasn't paying as close attention and stuff. But then all of a sudden, you stopped doing your politics and stuff like that, and you're getting more into crypto. And I was kind of not too involved in crypto, even though Cliff was saying to get into it. I was kind of a wait and see on it. And then I was kind of doing a business, because when you move around, it's hard to keep a job, because you quit your job and then you got to get another one. You don't want to get another one. So I was doing my own business and making some money. And then I was busy, and then I thought, I'm going to try this. So 2017, I started, but then my mom was moving out of her house, and it was a big job getting all of that. Anyway, I'm rambling. You don't need to know all that. So I started with Litecoin and those kind of coins. So I bought some Dent.
Yep.
And I got Theta. And it was kind of, my trading was sucking like it did when I quit. So I probably should have Woo Dude see if he can sort me out a little bit. But I got a bunch of Theta at 11 cents.
Oh, nice.
So I was happy about that.
Heck yeah.
And the Theta is what saved my bacon, because I didn't have it in my Exodus wallet. It was in the Theta wallet.
Nice. Yeah.
So
Yeah. All
there you
it
go.
takes one.
Yeah.
You know,
So I was. Yeah. Because some of that wasn't mine. It was my wife's, and I said, shit, I got to get it back. So I started buying XRP. I got a lot of it back, but it just exited right about just before it started going up. So I didn't lose that much when I lost it, but after it was gone,
oh yeah,
it wasn't so fun to watch it go up.
I know. Yeah, it's a little painful, but you know, you get these lessons, you live and you learn.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So.
All right. Well, I'm gonna move
I
down.
really appreciate it.
I'm gonna move down. I got a line of callers that I don't think I'm gonna get to all of them.
All right, Joe. I
I'm gonna try.
appreciate getting to know you, or you getting to know me.
Yeah.
And we'll talk later.
Take care.
Bye.
All right. 58577.
Mr. Joe, how are you?
Good.
Good. So I started watching you when you were sitting in front of that green tarp. You remember that?
Yeah. So that was the first house, the foreclosure house, and I think
Yep. There was way back then.
I had a green sheet first that didn't work out too well, so I got to do something else. So I found this like 96-inch roller shade that I mounted right behind me, and then I rolled it down and put on like a shiny green duct tape and it worked better. So that was my jabroni green screen. Yeah, so that was way back in the day.
Yeah. So like I've been awake for a long time, and it was kind of nice when I found you, and then Cliff High and Bitcoin Ben. I was like, oh, thank God, I'm not alone in the universe.
Yep.
There's other people out there like me. But so I got a story about the Exodus wallet too. So I've been watching. I bought silver when I first started watching you, and then I got into Bitcoin, had a lot of Litecoin. So August 1st, I had the wallet for years, no problems. I decided I was going to put the mobile app on my phone. And I clicked on a phishing site, and they emptied my whole wallet. So I'll just tell you what they got. They got 2 Bitcoin and 800 Litecoin and
Oh,
ADA. And the reason why I want to tell people is because to be careful, right? So it was like 90% of the money I had saved, but it's not such a bad story. I did have some stellar that I left on my Coinbase account, so I have that. But my friends and family really helped me. Like one of my friends who bought ADA at like 4 cents, he gifted me a whole bunch of ADA. My parents gave me money, so you know I'm back up to around 35,000. You know what I have in cryptos, and I have about another 25 to put into it. So I've been watching you, and I'm waiting for this supposed drop. Hopefully, you know, I've been
yeah. Hopefully, it happens before the run up.
Yeah, and even whatever. I mean, so it's not. It's just again like the caller that was before the last one. He was like, he never thought of himself as stupid.
Yeah.
But it only takes one mistake, and only takes one. I guess I mean, how many people have? All my friends had that app on their phone. No one had a problem.
Right.
So, it's just I just want people to be aware, to be careful. It's basically my story. But my friends and family really came and helped me, and that means more to me than the money I lost, no matter what it ends up being worth. Because I'll make it back.
Was that phishing link an email, or how'd you get it? Or Telegram?
So I was on the Exodus, and it said go to your Google, Play Store. And so I went to it, and it looked just like the regular app. So I'm like, click on Exodus. It looks exactly the same. Put your seed phrase in. I was like, wow. At first, I was a little leery. I'm like, I'm not really sure if I should do that because everyone says not to do it. I'm like, but how else am I going to get the app on my phone if I don't put my seed phrase in because they know it's going to be me, right?
Right.
So I put it in, and within 2 seconds, it started emptying my wallet. And I'm Bitcoin Ben patron too. So he actually had, which I think was very, very cool. I love Ben too. Divvy Daddy called me up that night, and I sent him the links, and he traced it. And he's like, yeah, it's like, the Bitcoin's off the blockchain. Your Litecoin's still sitting there, but there's no way for us to get it back. And he told me a story. He's like, you're the third person tonight that I talked to, and between the three of you, you guys lost 800,000.
Oh.
And I was like, well, at least I'm not the only idiot, but
Yeah,
I mean,
they get slick at
partly
what they
you make
send.
a mistake, but it's people still stole from us.
Right.
So it's I don't blame myself that much.
No, I mean they're slick at what they do.
So
They word it right, to get even a person who is smart, knows things, and it's that one thing you just somehow overlooked it. Boom, they got you. Just
Yeah, and I sent you have to do some there's a report in Exodus that you download and you send it to them,
Mm-hmm.
and they basically said the same thing that Divvy told me. They're like, they sent me back something the next day. They're like, yeah, it was a phishing site, and we're gonna try to get them removed, which took like a couple days, and it finally got removed out of where I found it. But there's a lot of smart crooks out there.
I know that's what they do.
So, but anyways, thanks for I just wanted to get that out there, and thanks for all you do. And it's nice to know that I'm not alone. And I didn't sleep for 3 days, but now I'm calm again. Now I'll make that money back.
I hear you. Yeah, you can do it. All right, thanks for the call.
Can't All right, thank you, sir. Bye.
Take care. All right, now this next phone number looks a little funny. Let's see what's happening here. Got a weird phone number, 61400.
Hi, John.
You there?
Hello.
Hey, I'm here.
Hi, Joe. Ben Thompson from Australia.
That's why the phone number looks a little odd. Man, Ben, what's going on?
Go check your Telegram. I had two things. Thanks for taking the call. There was a video that I sent to you in Telegram of what's actually happening in Australia. There's one right down the very bottom that you haven't read yet.
Oh, I see it. The gathering of people. I see that.
Anyway, I just thought it was cool.
Yeah, it's like about a minute long video.
So yeah.
Is that something you want me to play right now, or just I'll watch it later?
You just watch it later.
Okay.
So I was having a think about, let's just say, assuming that we have a drop that comes in within the next couple of weeks or the next week, and then we have the big rise of crypto prices into December. I think it was Cliff, or maybe it was someone else. I can't remember exactly who it was. We were talking about what happens if we have a financial crash at the same time and the US dollar starts to fluctuate. What do we do with crypto at that point? Well, I was thinking every single time we've had a crash, we've always had utility tokens that sort of weather the storm differently, or they don't drop, or they pretty much stay stable as everything else is dropping down. Do you remember in one of the Alto reports from Cliff, Pillar was going to have a huge spike at one point, and it was through necessity.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
people needed to use it because of the fact that the dollar system wasn't working properly and all that kind of stuff. What if during that time we could use, or instead of dumping our crypto into USD or USDC or Binance USD or something, we put it into 1-inch tokens or Uniswap tokens or the BNB token or Pillar, those types of tokens, because they could very well react differently to the rest of the market.
It's possible. But I don't, unless one of my psychic friends or something, or I got some kind of dream telling me, yeah, that's what we need to do. I don't know how to figure out which one of those would actually do that, or if they would do it this time. That's usually the nice thing about stable coins is because they stay stable. They're always $1. You just get out, market dumps, you get back in. But the whole reason this market dump might be actually because of the damn dollar. So all these stable coins, are they going to go wonky? Like I'm going to try to see if we can try to figure out this thing, through maybe some of the psychics and what they're going to say. Or do we just, I couldn't imagine.
That's why I'm sort of saying what I'm saying.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine sitting here watching all this stuff go way up. Oh my God, I'm filthy rich. And then, oh my God, 90% drop. And again, like we didn't lick our ice cream. So like one thing you could do though, I don't think would be a bad idea, which I said the other day, I think on JC's channel when I was with Penny Kelly and him, there ain't nothing wrong with going into gold, real gold, but you got to get it to yourself. You got to buy it somewhere.
You got to go through a bank to buy it.
That's the thing. So you'd have to basically liquidate. Now, I think there's actually some dealers that will take crypto out there, not very many, but even so, if you liquidate right away and then do the transaction right away, well, you should be safe. But I don't know. This is going to be maybe a different type of a drop than perhaps what the other ones have been. I think especially if it's due to the dollar having an issue. All the damn stable coins are pretty much dollars. I know there's other countries that have a few out there, but one thing that Binance has is Binance coin. Or what another option would be some of these exchanges like Binance or Mandela, whoever, they have their own exchange coin, MDX for Mandela or BNB for Binance. But truth be told, when we've had drops, those things drop too. So, it's just it's gonna be a hard call.
Maybe even Uphold. Uphold has gold and silver on it.
Yeah, but can you actually get it, or is it just say you got it on your screen? So I don't think you can get delivery, if I recall.
I can't find any information about that.
Yeah, I think that's like it's on your screen. Yeah, you own some gold. You're like, okay, how do I get the gold? Well, you don't, but you can sell it. It's like, oh, no, I want the gold delivered to my house and from a reputable source.
Could be okay to sit in.
What's that?
It could be okay to sit in, and then you just wait for the drop, and then you switch it out of that paper silver or paper gold on uphold into something else, back into crypto.
Right. Or by chance, what if the whole dollar thing doesn't even matter? Cryptos are exploding. The dollar stable coins are still a dollar. It doesn't matter. And, we're cashing out into our bank accounts and doing whatever, or leaving the stable coin, because if what we heard the other day, which is with talking with Penny and JC and all that, and we're talking about, and maybe some stuff Cliff Hive said, that this next thing with the dollar, there's like a panic at the end of the year, everyone's panicking out of dollars, and then maybe they panic into other things or whatever. But then I'm trying to think, or maybe it was Woo Woo Dude that said this. I can't remember who said this. But then like January, February, whatever, March comes around, maybe it was like March or April actually, and it's like, oh, the new dollar's here. Those of you that had money in a bank account, don't worry about it. The old money's as a personal citizen, it'll go 1-to-1 with this. So I thought, well, maybe if that's the case, the old USD stable coins, even if they got wonky temporarily, maybe they're just as good too, March and April, and all of a sudden if we sold out and sat in stable coin, all of a sudden, oh, well, the stable coins are now backed by the new gold-backed US dollar. It's just, it had a bit of turmoil in the meantime. It's going to be a tough one to really call how this is going to go. I don't know.
Yeah, it is tough. I think I'll be in a holding pattern until I hear something from some of the psychics, maybe Janine or Woo Woo Dude or someone like that, and really mull over what they have to say before I move here. Yeah,
or here's another or. If XRP is going to be like taking over Swift, and it doesn't matter what the price of XRP is at the time that, let's say this happens, if we were to sell into XRP and sit on XRP, at the same time, though, if the whole market's skyrocketing, XRP skyrocketing too, but would it last better, or would it storm better than all the other coins? Because holy shit, it's the world, Swift system, so to speak. And when the whole market dumps, again, it should dump too to some extent because it's crypto, but would it dump as bad as other coins? There's all these ifs. So yeah, I think we need to try to get some guidance from some of the psychics that we know, honestly.
Yeah, and then we can go on that holiday that we're all going to go on.
That's right.
In 2018.
That damn crypto cruise, man. We got to do that crypto cruise.
Except it won't be a shit, will it?
Maybe it floats. It floats over the water with the anti-gravity technology.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to try to get a couple more calls in.
Yeah. All right. Great. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Bye. Hold the line. 58671. You there?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yep.
Joe, can you hear me?
I can hear you if you can hear me.
Hi. I can hear you now. There's a little bit of a delay.
Okay.
So I was going to give you a little story, but screw it, because for lack of time, I want to talk to you about XRP.
Okay.
And how you have a woo dude, I have a woo woman.
Okay.
So XRP, I'm like in this whole Riddler decoding thing. I don't know if you know about the Riddler community. And they do, they give riddles about what's going to happen with XRP, basically. So my team and I have been really decoding their timeline and how they have like the Mr. Pool guy, and they give out hints. And apparently something's supposed to happen like September 6th, because like a popular phrase is the storm begins March 15th. And we've decoded that and a lot of other stuff released to equal September 6th. But it could also transcend into some kind of event on September 11th. So what we may experience is some sort of hacking, but the storm in Gematria, which is what they use,
right,
numerology decoder, is equal to XRP actually. So storm is XRP, for example. But it can also be something to do with regulations, in which when you may even know, the regulations are meant to take down like 90% of the cryptos. And the only ones that really survive are the ones that are based on Flare when that comes up. So really they're all tied in together.
if that makes sense.
Yeah,
But
and I
just
think
wanted to mention that.
yeah, and I think Flair's airdrop thing is finally supposed to get going. At least the first part of it in September or October. They're saying.
Yeah, that's pretty much the timeline. So the timeline goes price, raw, then flare. And flare creates a bigger price, like the higher numbers we're supposed to see, like thousands or something for XRP.
Yeah,
But basically, I think XRP is like, that's why a lot of us are in it together. Is it's a union of like the more spiritual community, the people that are really more spiritually minded and want to help, others that may be going through this stuff or dealing with other geopolitical in the world.
Yep, I
don't
feel
feel like anything lately.
okay.
So like XRP is equal to 13, and like many people that buy XRP, maybe even some of your viewers, will report seeing numbers, like repeated numbers. Like for me, it started off 33, and then I went into 13, and 33 you can actually in the Ascended Masters, you'll see like 333 or 404, and the more you awaken to these numbers, the more you see them, obviously.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can't get away from the 2-2 and the 2-2-2.
So the 222 is it's a message, it's an angel number, but obviously if you interpret it in a specific way, it can be personal for you.
Yeah.
But in general, the 222 is have faith. Like have faith in what's going on. Like that you'll be okay, and stop worrying.
Yeah, have faith that this big drop's coming, J Snip, and you can fill your bags one more time.
Usually, okay, so for me, when I see the 222, I see the 666 with it as well. So I'm like, is that a drop? Is that maybe what Joe's saying too? I'm like, I don't know, maybe if I'm just like being anxious or not, or worrying or like whatever. But anyways, let's talk about my woo friend as well. So she also talks to her perversion of spirit is basically she talks to Christ and Archangel Michael and the other angels. And she basically, Christ came to us 3 times, apparently, to all of us, everyone in the world, and asked us whether we're going to take the vaccine. Sorry. Apparently, everyone said, no, blah, blah. And she sees, like, the people that took it. How will we know that basically they tell us that they took it, obviously, because they're so proud of taking it. And the people that took it will face the effects 1 to 2 years in. And that's when bodies, like, just start dropping, basically. That's what she sees with it. Like, if you even, like, have her on her show, you'll hear a lot about these visions that she tells me about. Basically, we're, like, on a council of 13, and we help raise the vibration. There's 13 again. But she sees, like, all these bodies dropping, and then many of the cities, like, something big is coming to the cities in which they won't know what to do with the bodies because there's so many to start dying. And, like, even Cliff mentioned with the institutions, like, they'll have no more workers, schools as well. That's what they wanted to mention.
Wow. Okay. On that note,
yeah, you basically gotta burn them.
Yeah, I got about 9 minutes left on my blog talk, so I'm got a few more calls. I'll never get to them all, but I'm going to try to get to another 1 or 2. Thanks for the call.
Yep, thanks for having me.
All right, let's go with 978-289.
Yeah, I'm here.
How's it going?
Hey, wonderful to hear your voice. I know you since the green screen too with the green tape. Great fun. Just great fun. I remember you being pissed about your mortgage and your banker way back when, and feeling pissed about it for you. And I'll tell you, every morning I woke up, especially with my kids as they were growing up. Now that they're older, but I'd wake up and I'd just sit and listen to your news because it just seems like, okay, just tell me what's going on. And it wasn't a lot of rambling. It was just the reading the news, and it was fabulous. And that's how I had my coffee for years. So thank you.
A lot of people said that, actually, yeah.
You know, that's awesome. It was just awesome what you have created and the people you've pulled into your viewers. You can tell that they really want to do good in the world. It's amazing. And all of your the Woo Dude, Cliff High, all those guys. A just fabulous group of friends. And I'm in Massachusetts. I can't talk to anyone. So it is fabulous to have you guys to watch. So thank you. You hold me together.
Cool.
One thing I'm interested in, I feel like this is such a turning point right now, especially you remember that, what's his name? John Teeter brought up mad cow disease. There's something in there about that. And he brought up Iran attacks, blah, 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 all of that. So it feels like we are at, if we were to just, whether that's just a story, maybe somebody used a computer, an algorithm, came up with a good story, or whether it's real, doesn't really matter. It seems to me, and I remember you reading that, and I'll tell you, you left me hanging. You're like, oh, part 2 tomorrow. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, they're all back on my new channel
at
now.
any rate, yeah, thank God. I have them on a hard drive too. I almost wrote you and just said I have them. I'll find them. At any rate, what I was curious about is because I see people make notes. You know, your viewers, I feel like they're sort of like, okay, we're all in the same, we're thinking the same thing. So we can actually have an effect. You have so many people that watch you and Cliff and everybody else. We could have a really positive effect if we put the picture out to be positive. And it seems to me this UN thing coming in to save us from our, what are they saving us from? Being racist?
God, yeah, who knows?
Right? Crap. But anyway, if that were to happen, that's where I feel like we're getting into that. Ooh, are we getting into the place? The thing that sort of leaves me thinking is, remember he says you can't stay in one spot at the same time. You have to be ready to leave.
Yep.
That was funky. So hopefully we're on a much better place. But I'm just curious. You see people make notes all the time. What's your thought on that in crypto? Because eventually they don't let people out of the cities, right? That's a strange thing.
Yeah, well, look at what's happening in Australia. They're keeping people locked down right now, basically. And I thought, if I recall, with John Teeter, he mentioned, some of our allies, like Australia, hated us or something. Wasn't that? Don't you remember that part? Like they were not happy with us or something.
Yeah.
Which is strange because look what's happening with Australia. Like they're going crazy. I mean, I could see us not being happy with them actually, but I don't know. I think Teeter came, and he even hinted that he was going to deal with the Y2K issue, which there was no issue, so maybe he did. And as he said, that the last thing he said basically was, when he was asked, what would you say to these elitists right now if they're standing in front of you reading this? Then he goes, tell them to revel in their something relevant or whatever now, because tomorrow you don't win. And I think he honestly came to help this timeline. And that's why this little movie show we're watching right now is playing out, and certain people are going down, like Cuomo. And I think right now I could say, I think governor of California, he's going down. He's not going to get reelected through the recall thing. He's not going to be safe. And if he's not, then that is, in my eyes, we absolutely, good guys, absolutely have control. They just needed to show us this little voting issue that affects the whole world and go, oh, okay. And then they can come back in and fix the who's going to be in there and not be in their problem. Like I've said from the beginning, I think they put Trump in there. He was offered, hey, we'll make sure it goes right with you. And he took it because everybody was laughing at him. Obama was laughing at him. Hillary was laughing at him because they knew we were rigging, well, I shouldn't say rigging. They have a way of winning, and they thought they were going to win and they didn't. So everyone's like, well, why didn't Trump do it again? Why didn't he just do it again in 2020? Because we have to see the problem. And like Woo Dude said, Spirit, why can't you guys are just talking about chopping a tree down? Why can't you just chop the tree down and get rid of it? And they said, we have to expose the roots first. So that's, I think, what's happening. So all eyes should be on Governor Newsom. And if he doesn't make it, in my opinion, like we've said a while ago, we've already won, they've already lost. It's just playing out right now for your viewing pleasure, basically, with some problems that we have to deal with. But that is what it is. So I don't know. Sometimes I look back at teeter, and I'm like, I don't know about that. And then there's other times like, whoa, he said this, he said that. Oh, we're there now. Like it's strange. It's a strange world.
It is. It's strange and magical, and you have a great viewership, and you have done a fabulous job. Thank you for all the mornings that I could have my coffee and just listen to your news.
You're welcome.
So thanks so much. Have a great night.
Take care.
Bye.
All right. I think I got time for one more call, and it's going to be this one. Okay. 520
Can you hear me?
44.
That's me.
Okay. You're on, bro.
You got
We
me?
got about 2 minutes.
I think, brother, no problem. I'm going to make it quick. I've been listening to you for 6 years, something like that.
90 seconds.
When crypto first came around, I thought this thing is kind of crazy. I was more of a silver guy,
Yep.
but I ended up buying something like 7 Bitcoin at $1,000 back in 2017. So $1,000 each. And I'm like, I'm not so sure about this. So when I sold them for $3,000 a piece, I'm like, oh man, I dodged a bullet. This is awesome. Made big bucks. Now I wish I had those Bitcoin. However,
60 seconds.
Because, in that intervening time, I've put a lot of money into cryptos, done very well, especially with Theta. And I was in Theta, got the free Theta fuel. I paid 20.1 cents for my Theta, and that's fine. I didn't get it at the 10-cent low,
Right.
but very happy with that result. You've introduced me to Cliff High, Michelle White Dove, Jean-Claude, all the wonderful people that, in my estimation, you kind of kickstarted their YouTube,
Yeah.
thing, and I want to kind of acknowledge that. But the story is good because April 30th was my last day of work. I just looked at my portfolio value and I said, wait a second, why? I
10
working. I had a
seconds.
nice paying job. I said, why am I working when I've got 20, 30 times my annual salary in crypto? So I just decided, you know what? Let's manage my crypto portfolio. That's my full-time job. And my wife works still. So, we still got income coming in and so on. But anyway, just wanted to wrap this all up with a cool story for you. And just say, I call you my little brother because we have the same hairstyle. I'm just a few years older than you. And my wife and I love you. I love you. So that's it. Oh, New Mexico's too liberal. Come to Arizona.
Yeah.
Well,
There's plenty of stories of stuff in Arizona too, but it's called my New Mexico thing is so calling me. No matter how bad it got, I'd have to go there still to deal with that because it's too powerful, too important for me to ignore.
I hear you, and I'll be joining you for the whatever adventure retreat, whatever we can figure out when it's going to be and all that fun stuff. I can't wait to see you.
Yeah, that'll be fun. All right,
brother.
Talk to you later.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Have a good one. Okay.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Thank you. So on that note, guess that's about it. Have a little interesting blog talk show tonight in preparation for whatever the hell tomorrow's going to bring us. Jeez, man. Every day there's something new. It's just getting crazy. It's getting kind of exciting too, but a little scary too. On top of it, got this giant storm that just hit Louisiana. Crocodile or alligators in the damn streets eating people. Oh my God, man! I got a dream about this. Holy moly! So, anyways, yeah, maybe that spiritual adventure retreat will happen one of these days. But there was like 2 or 3 people that had paid for it and like, no, don't just keep it, Joe. Wait till we'll go next year. It's like, okay, now it's next year. Like it's about to be the next year after that. I'm like, and it still ain't looking good. Like JC still locked up in Canada. I'm like, nah. I'm like, do you want some crypto or do you want like cash back? So a couple wanted crypto and I think one person wanted PayPal or something back, refund, just a simple refund through PayPal. So I ended up doing that, but now I don't have anything in my closet, so to speak. Wait, now I got to pay that person back because we never did it. Nope, everybody's paid back, and hopefully one day I'll be able to get that thing going again, and that website. Hey guys, come join us in New Mexico, or come join us at another location that I can't tell you about yet. But man, on that note, burping up like I had pizza tonight. Yeah. There's a place in Brandon, Florida, Pomodoro Pizza. It's like the best I've ever had, honestly. Even if you're from New York, I'm from New York. I want to be with winners. Let me try this out. You're gonna go. That's no jabroni pizza. That's some good stuff. Believe me, I know. Jason Nip 4 knows his food stuff. All right. So it was me. It was a boys' night out. Me, little Ian, and my dad, and he had a friend over at his place. Sal's with him. Joe, yeah, Sal. Sorry, Sal comes. Yeah, let's go. Went over there. Just the boys had some pizza. My dad, he's got this cup sitting there, no lid on it, styrofoam cup that we got, ice, drink, whatever. And it is so close within distance of Ian, it's not even funny. And Ian looks over and snatched that top of that cup so fast, none of us could even react, except me trying to scoot my chair back and not get drenched in the drink. And a little bit got on my shoes, a little bit got on my shirt and shorts, not much, barely. I just scooted back and then tried to clean up the mess. My dad's like, yeah, that was pretty close to him. It was pretty dumb of me to put that cup like that. He saw a cup, he's like, I want it. He wants to know whatever you're drinking, he'll drink it. He don't care what it is. We're at the mall the other day. Me and my family. And they got those little real small kid play areas, for like 2, 3, 4-year-olds, whatever. And we go over there and there's kids there. So these kids are older, running around, chase each other, and he's kind of like walking up to them and can't really speak yet. So he's like babbling, and he's doing his thing. He starts walking towards this lady who's sitting there, and he starts reaching down, and Evelyn's like, Joe, get him. And he's grabbing their drink. It's got a straw in it. He puts that thing right in his mouth, and he is sucking away on their drink. And I run over there. I mean, it's short, but it was too late. I ran as fast as I could to grab him. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. But it was like an empty drink, I guess, practically. So they're like, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's, we shouldn't have had it on the floor, whatever. And then they had their little cart, like their little stroller thing. It was a big one. And it had like 2 levels on it. And they had like the pretzel things and 2 more drinks. Like that was up within his reach, So I see him look at it. He walks right over there like he owns it. And he wants some of those pretzels and drink. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to pull him away. So I had to like stand guard over near that area. So that little Ian's like, he doesn't know. He's 20 months old. And I'm thirsty. I'm going to take a damn drink. I'm hungry. I'm going to go eat that. So one more story. Evelyn, I wish we could have filmed this, but it like happened too fast. She missed it. There's a park over here, and there was like a homeschool thing gathering. And she's like, oh, I'll take Ian there. There's a park there, so I'll take Ian. So she takes him over there. Well, one of the parents or homeschool teacher people, whatever, bought like a little cooler or something of ice creams, just like popsicles. Hold the stick, the wood stick, and you eat the regular popsicle, kind of like a D shape or big D or whatever, like that kind, not a circular kind. So everybody got a popsicle. Ian got his little popsicle. I mean, a whole popsicle, like everybody else got. Little old Ian's holding this, big old thing. He ate the whole damn thing. My wife's telling me the story. Ate the whole damn thing and is carrying that stick around, trying to like look at it and any little piece that's left on there, But he sees there's other kids. And these other kids, they've got their ice cream still, some of them. And she's like, there's some older kids, they're running around, ice cream, going up the stairs to the top of the swing or the slide thing and coming. And she goes, and I see Ian walk up to, anybody that's got an ice cream, he's like doing the pointy, I want that thing he does. Like, this. He's like looking around, grabbing, like, I want that, He doesn't grasp, everyone gets their own ice cream. I want another one and you have one, so I want yours. So the kid like kind of goes up runs up the stair thing, and Ian's like in hot pursuit, little 20-month-old Ian. is in hot pursuit of the kid and catches him up there, and he's like all over him, he's reaching for the ice cream. I want the ice cream. Evelyn, I think, had to go grab him, or the kid either slid down and Ian came back down to meet him. Like he was like the only kid left with an ice cream or something. She goes, that was the funniest, like most adorable thing you ever saw. He wasn't like crying or anything. He was just like, hey, because when we eat anything, honestly, I give him some. If it's a little snack, I'd share it with him. So I've never had something where I'm like, no, that's not yours, Ian. Mommy's got yours. Like, no, he walks up to me. All right, here's a couple bites of mine while she's fixing his. I don't want it, because if you like push him away or say no, he thinks, his little lip comes out, why can't I have some? He hurt his feelings. So I don't typically push him away or say no to anything. If I'm eating it or drinking it, here you go. So that's his experience. Anytime I see something I want, I just do this little motion and somebody gives me something, my mom or my dad or my sisters, and these are complete strangers at a park. It doesn't matter to him. You got an ice cream, son, and I want it. But you already had a full one. I don't care. You still got some and I want some. So anyways, oh yeah, that's right. Ian licks his ice cream, correct. Ian is licking his ice cream. So on that note, I'm out of here.